Yeah, we kind of jumped into it. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want to, but we don't want to miss this. It's really cool to see Peter work on this stuff. Like, you have like you're really good at like working with inspect tools.
Yeah, I would die without this. So without,
I mean,
like,
I guess like if I'm comparing you to me, or maybe I don't know about Mike, but Mike, like maybe Mike comparing you to himself, like it's easier to shine than if we were comparing you to like maybe some other person that has a similar amount of experience as you do or more.
Oh, I'm not sure if I got it, but like it's okay.
Yeah,
we are all shining, guys.
Yes.
It's not changing anything. Okay. What? This is the problem. So if you had like what we should do with this one. So the width value is okay, but we are not the problem is we are not really controlling the image itself. It's that's why I was like suggesting the background image before.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, this is always the same size, so whether oh, not really, because we can hard code the value maybe to is it a flex? Oh no, it's I already see some bootstrap.
Probably. Sounds like something that we would need to deal with.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best approach to this. Because if you hard code the height,
yeah, I
what
mean,
what was Sam suggesting? Like, can we go there?
Yeah, Sam was suggesting doing like, I think he was suggesting doing like I've done here, where like you have like the project's listing image, the idea with project listing image, and then like, I don't know if you need this image part, but anyways, like doing like a max height equal to the size of the default image.
Yeah, that could be, yeah.
So I've kind of tried to do that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's not even the, like hard coding that's the problem. So hard coding a value like this might work in, yeah.
I think it might work in the short term, but it would be like
the max height probably.
Oh, but hold on, is it even the project listing image? This.
Yeah, it's the project listing image.
Yeah, sorry, I was on the live site instead of being on the.
What we can do on Chrome, maybe fix object. Okay.
So that's definitely.
So this is what we want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's gonna, like, I think like what you said earlier is it might cause problems, like with having images that are smaller, and then they like, because if we set it as a max, if I'm not mistaken, what I understand is if we set it as a max height and max width, then if there's a smaller image, it won't stretch the image, but it will just like display the image like as its smaller self. And then we'll have the opposite problem where we'll have the writing for that, like the title for that project above the title for the other ones. But then, you know, maybe we can deal with that problem when we get to it, or if it's, you know, if it's you know, not that difficult to just do it right the first time, then we could do that.
Yeah, that's yeah, because so the problem with that approach might be is that it's not gonna align nicely, so it won't stretch the image, but it will be like, you know, so if it's like this, what we had before, so
yeah, exactly,
like this. So
yeah,
we can make the card, so we can make the container's height always the like the height of the other images, so it's pushing down the local support and all this stuff. Like this.
Ah, nice. So the image itself is not bigger.
No. So this is optional, but then it's gonna look like you know, the circus. You know, it's like, yeah, it's here and there and pop, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I was suggesting the background image property, because then we can set this as a square always, and we can set the background. That's why I was suggesting or trying to use this object fit property, which is quite new in CSS3, and I was checking what is the support currently in terms of browsers, because that's kind of solving the issue the same way as the background image property, but on the image tag and not on the background image. So you don't have to restructure your whole like logic of where the image goes when someone is submitting an image. You just basically control on the image tag itself.
Yeah, nice.
So we don't need to rewrite the whole like logic of uploading an image. But the only problem is that it's not supported on IE 11. So I'm not sure on Agile Ventures how big is actually the usage of IE 11 or something.
Yeah.
Or, you know, so it's so it's on Edge, on Firefox basically. So everywhere else is there, but even Opera Mobile, but it's like the IE in like implementation is not there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like me personally, I don't you know, I don't worry too much about, you know, if people are using Windows and using Internet Explorer, you know, they should just like, you know, switch to Linux. But but I realize that there's a lot of people that don't share that opinion. And like we do have, I'm not sure if Agile Venture, like I know of like people that are like active, like, you know, in developing with Agile Ventures. We don't have a lot of Windows users.
Okay.
And then if they, you know, those Windows users could potentially be using different browsers as well.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So because it's a quite easier fix in terms of solution that we add this object fit to.
I guess I don't understand 100% what you mean by like changing the logic, because like the way I was doing things on that, like trying to play around with doing a background image for that like maintenance page, is that you can just say like background and then as like a CSS property, and then you just like say URL, and then in parentheses you put like and then in quotes you put the URL that either the local location or the URL of where you want to bring in the image from. So I think like if I don't understand why we would need to upload them differently. Like
it's so for that you use inline styling. That's the problem.
Oh,
so that's not really recommended to do. So yeah, you can do inline like style and then background image property, and then you set the background image property to the incoming URL, but that's not really recommended. So the styling should stay in the CSS and not in the HTML for sure.
I mean, okay, I was doing it in CSS though. I wasn't doing it in.
So what you did basically then?
I just did like this, like
oh,
here
sorry.
in the CSS.
I go there.
Background URL, and then I had like
yeah, you can do that, but how do you receive that image?
I grabbed it like this, and
yeah. But when someone upload, that's why sure that works. But when someone
yeah. So I can do that if I want to hard code in one of them.
Exactly, but when that's the thing. So what I meant logic is not the logic of how we receive the image.
Yeah.
So someone uploads the image. It's on the server at the model, like the project model probably, and we call the image from there. So we should call the image differently from there. That's if you want to use it as a background image.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's like, if I do here, I can do like HTML.erb, which is why I can use the Ruby logic here, because I'm using like, but I guess with the CSS,
no, with the CSS you cannot do this.
You can't do that. I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, obviously there's something.
Yeah, but
I'd have to add some stuff to it, but yeah, I get your point. So it's because we can hard code this, but right.
Yeah. So how we get to to have this in place, we have to rewrite how we use the image, like the uploaded image, and not as an image tag.
Yes.
Yeah, that's inline styling.
Yeah, inline styling, which is not so.
We can try to do so. It's more as
well, this is also from 2010 as well, though. So it'd help if I looked something in the past year.
Maybe
Ruby Sass. But Sass was written in Ruby, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think this is just using Sass.
So that's kind of a blocker. So the object fit is possible as a solution.
Yeah.
Then we will have these. Except IE11.
Yeah, which we don't know if that's going to be an issue or not.
Yeah. Or the other one, which one was the card solution? Is this? So which one we want to go for?
I mean, I guess the other thing is the other option is just doing like a max height and width, and then if people actually do put a smaller image there, then we deal with it then, you know. See what I mean?
But if you so it will like who will deal with it?
I mean, we'll put another issue there, you know. Because we're assuming that like at some point someone's going to upload an image that is smaller than 262 pixels height, right?
Yep.
So if people start doing that, which we don't know for sure that they're going to, I mean, we could assume that like I mean, I'm not sure if that's like if that will happen or not happen, like, or if that's common, like if 200, I don't know if 260 pixels height is really large, or and
no.
We're kind of
you know, maybe we can give a recommendation to upload square images, and then we know it's gonna work. So
yeah, oh yeah, right, yeah, because if they do, we can, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is that we're assuming that like having implemented this, that other project managers are gonna want to upload like image tags, you know. But we don't know if that's going to happen, and if it does happen, maybe they're going to ask us about it, like, hey, you know, I want a picture as well.
Yeah, I get it.
Or I guess like where do they even? I'm not sure even where they like. Is there a place in the projects like when you create a like I don't even know what's going on with the projects, because I tried to create a project for Briar a couple times, and it just won't let me create a new project. So
maybe
I don't know why.
It's a bigger issue.
I mean, I think. Oh, look, you ask for an image URL, right?
I see.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's why the other ones are.
But yeah, I think what we could do is underneath this input field, like the image URL input field, we can put is like, we recommend to use square image formats like 600 by 600, 300 by 300, etc.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to do it as part of this ticket, or that's a separate thing?
I'm not sure. I mean, we could put it in, and we can. I'm not sure. I think that would be a reasonable thing to put in, but then also, you know, there's lots of things that I think are reasonable that I go back and Sam's like, no, don't think is necessary, and then we can just remove it, you know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess we could err on the. I'm not sure. I don't think there's a right or wrong. Like,
okay, let's yeah.
What would your like gut tell you?
I think this is, so since we work on, so this is one feature kind of, so really related strongly. So when people uploading and when how it looks. So yes. I think it's quite connected to just to separate into a small, like another ticket just to update the image input field. And I wouldn't do that, honestly. Just do it as part of this, and then wait for the, and that's it. So
yep. Right. I mean, that's something that maybe even Mike could do, like as like create the Mike is really enjoying creating new issues and then working on them, I think. So I'm not sure, Micah, is that something that did you understand what we're talking about, and would you like to put in an issue and maybe work on that?
I haven't followed really much the tips around my case, but maybe you can just explain again.
Yeah, so Peter was saying that like we can run into a problem in the future, like because people are uploading images, well, possibly uploading images for the projects, right, on this projects index page, and we're gonna like limit the width and the height of those images so that they all look more or less the same height and width. But then like Peter was just suggesting that on this project's new on this form that we put in a issue and then work on a ticket that like either on the right here or just below the this field to say something like, we recommend using square images like 600 by 600, 300 by 300, something like that, you know, so that when the person's creating a new project, they look at that and go, oh, okay, I'm gonna you know.
Yeah, I think that's fine. There's no way we can just convert the images for them, or it will look ugly.
There is that would be the optimal solution, but it seems like we are not using any hosting for images.
Okay.
Because if you ask for a URL, that means that we are not hosting the image. They are hosting the image somewhere, and we pull in the image through the URL.
Yeah.
Yes. So if we have no direct access to the image actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder this here, this one that I'm trying to create. I wonder what size this one is. It's like this here. Inspect.
You can, yeah,
it's square. It's 236 by 310. So that would probably look okay.
Yeah, that would be fine.
All right. I'm gonna try to create this again, and I'm not sure why I'm getting blocked. I mean, I am putting a GitLab here, but I think I tried it with GitHub as well.
But do you get an error?
No, it's just like, oh, I do. I get a 500 error, like you know, like, so here I submit. And it's just like something went terribly wrong. It's like,
so. Okay.
I'm going to actually put this up as an issue because I don't know. I mean, I hesitated to put it up as an issue before because I was like, maybe I just don't understand. Like, maybe I need some sort of permissions to create a project or something like that. But like, if that's the case, then why? Then that's an issue unto itself. Like, why isn't that not clearer? Like for people trying to create.
Yeah. Okay. So Matt. What's your suggestion then? To give, so the only change then what we might need to do is to to give this project listing image div a height of the same height, like this, the 262.
Yep.
And then we just hope that when migrating the ticket, we will implement that soon together, and then up to the people to upload the square image.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that seems
okay.
like I think so. I mean, there's probably a better way of doing it, but I mean, it's the most likely thing that we can do that is going to get merged in, and then we can start using the new implementation. And if we end up like running into issues in the future, like, you know, hopefully we can help solve them, you know, like, because like I say that because it's kind of in line with what Sam imagined the solution would be. So it's something that he could see tomorrow morning and be like, oh, okay, you know, that's and then he can look at what it looks like on staging, and he can see like, oh, it looks good with the 3 examples of images we have right now, and then he, you know, and then just get it into production, you know. I mean, I'm not sure he'll do that tomorrow morning, but like, you know, whenever he does sit down and do it, like.
Okay. And Matt, we are suggesting like hard coding the height to 236 or something.
Yeah, it's 262. I think like I'm not sure, because I was thinking that we were gonna say like a maximum height, so that yeah, okay. So like these Wikiadu and Hunfuk and Beshman, they have like their bigger images, so we would be restricting those two to be like the same, because we have the majority of the images right now are going to be these default Agile Ventures images, right? So we're like saying that we want the max height to be the same as these ones, as the default one.
Okay. Yeah, the only problem with the max height is it's not
when the image is smaller.
When the image is smaller, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's an issue for sure.
So so as like from aesthetical standpoint, I would say it's it would be nicer to follow always the same size as what we have here in different breakpoints.
So I guess like that default image is not 262 by. Oh, it's 111. Oh, right.
It's a different breakpoint, right? So now we are on 878 or something. So it's changing from breakpoint to breakpoint. You see?
Ah, right. Because it's labeled as a percentage. The height is as a percentage of the. Right.
So if we set like height 100%. Oops. It's not really gonna, because the image is not pushing down the content. That's a problem. So yeah, that's like the question is what do we want? So what do we want when the image is smaller? Do we want to fit or you see, so now it's smaller, like it's 212, for instance. So it should be like this. Or we try the object fit. But then the height is also problematic a bit. Like this.
What if the background of the image is the same as the background of the page?
You mean like being white?
Yeah, like the white.
That's a possible option. Yeah, that's a great suggestion actually. Like then we can only if like this. This is what you meant, Mike?
I think so. Like, so I'm not sure I've seen the change, but what I meant was that if you see the Agile Venture, if its background is the same color as the background of the page, like we wouldn't notice if.
So if the background of the like this is how it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That doesn't look nice either. Because I was thinking this way we wouldn't notice where the white ends with the background. I think it's weird.
I mean, would it be easier to like to edit the size of our default image before we like and then resave it?
Why?
So that, well, I mean, so I mean, it's possibly just a temporary solution, but because we only have 2 images that we're working with that are more or less the same size, the WikiIDO and the Huntflugmitbashmi. And the outlier here is that like that other one, that the image we've chosen as the default is kind of small in comparison to the other ones, right? So if we made it bigger,
that would be easy. So that's so if you have a square format, our default one, that would be that would be nice. Can we do that?
Yes, I think so. I mean, we need to see like I have a thing of images somewhere. There's like I feel like there's a repo that has like a bunch of images for Agile Ventures that is it Agile Ventures profile? Yeah, it's Agile Ventures profile. So if you come here,
we have it here as well.
Yeah, is that one a square one?
No, but we can make a square one.
We can make a square out of that one. Yeah, okay.
So if it's,
I was just going to show you the other ones. The other ones we have available are like that one is too big or what? No, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Is there a way I can go through this? Yeah, that one. No, code for good. Intro draft, ESAS, draft. Is this the one we have? This AV? No. That's the AV one. AV color. There's this one. No, the size of it. This one's 363 by 174, so that probably doesn't. It is square though.
Let's check what we have this.
When you say 63 by 174, then you say it's square. What do you mean?
Well, it's actually not. It's rectangle. But I think like that one that that you can see, the one that Peter's dealing with is more of like a circular.
Yeah, I will change the set to be square, and then we can see where we are.
Yeah. Does that answer your question, Mike? Or
yeah.
Yeah, so there's this one, this Agile Ventures one that actually says Agile Ventures underneath it. This one's like is like 371 by 264. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm editing the file, so.
Oh, sorry, I can't see it. Thought maybe I was breaking up.
It's just easier to actually make the file. We have another format, probably. So we pull in a new image, and then it should be nicer than it was before. Where are you? Okay, so now full logo to Agile Ventures PNG. Then we go here. And hopefully, if I now go and change the other assets, then we should be fine. Ta-da!
And the background is not white. It's similar to
no. We can add. Do we need to add white the net, or how is this working? We can add white.
I ran to the toilet, fella.
I think it still looks neat. Yeah.
Do we want to? Yeah, right. Nice. Do we want to?
Sorry.
What do we want to do?
Like adding the background to be white, or?
Yeah, we wanted to, I think we want it to be, I'm not sure if it's white, but yeah, I think it maybe is. And then there's like the hover effect, but that should be already in place, or no?
It's this is now the hover effect because the images you see.
Oh yeah. But that's something that you just changed though, right?
Yeah, I changed these images now. So this is how it's gonna look, right? So I'm changing the source of the images to the the new or the project ones.
Are we explicitly setting the background color at the moment? No.
No, we don't. So that's why I was asking, like, do we need to do that? So this is
I don't think so.
Ah, okay.
Because I think if we do that, then well, I'm not sure. No, I mean,
I'm not sure if you should.
I think the idea is that like the one that we control, the full logo too.
Yeah.
I think it's transparent, isn't it? Like the background, so that it'll just like show the same as whatever the background is.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the body background is, and then like when you hover over it, then it'll be that like pink color, which I'm not sure where that pink color. How do they chose that? But yeah, peach, not pink.
Peach.
Yes, but then what? So I guess like the Hun Funkman Bestimen is white in the background.
Yes, it is. So the asset is white. You see?
Right. And is that something we control or no?
No, we don't. No, we don't. And this is PNG. So this is so the other project you see here. There is no background behind it. It's actually the cutout of the Wiki Edu stuff.
Which actually, like you, in that case, like I kind of feel like the Hunfuk mit Bashman should turn to peach, and I feel like the wiki maybe shouldn't. But
or we give a background to everything. That's the other the other option is make
yeah, no, totally.
You know, so that to add oh fuck again. Yes, that was good. Accidentally clicked at the right place. So so we can.
But then, like, I mean, I don't like that as much because, like, I can see a difference between the actual background and the background of the image, and also when you hover over it, like, I think that it looks worse when just the title becomes,
it's gonna look like this, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not. You're the one that has more experience with design. So what I think looks good often is not as important. But like, I was thinking maybe of like reaching out to Robert and being like, hey, we have this new thing. This is what now when you hover over it, it gets colored. Like, what do you think? Do you like the way it looks now? I was thinking that maybe you could like upload an image with a transparent background. But if you don't want to, then fine, no worries.
I think it's so because this one has a background. And the wiki is looking weird when you have this speech background behind it. That's the right. So I would say maybe for now let's give a background like the white.
Okay.
And later when people start changing images of the projects, then we can always revisit this. But for now, I would say because this wiki is looking so weird that
it's not. It doesn't look so good that it's changing to peach.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is that also if it, like, do we have to change it to, I guess, like, to get the desired effects, you probably would. But I was thinking, like, if instead of changing it to white, we changed it to the actual color of the background that we were using.
That's also fine. Yeah, that's also fine.
Because then we can, then I could get a hold of, then it's just, at this point, it's just one project manager that I happen to talk to on a regular basis that I can be like, hey, like, this is the situation we're in. Yours is white and we have a background color of the site. Like, if you want to change it, great. If you don't want to, that's fine. But because like then the Wiki Edu would be white, the lettering would be white, but it seems like he's okay with it being the same color as the background. I'm not sure because he did make it transparent, right? So.
But these, okay. So let's make decisions because otherwise we are not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know, right? So the background color right now is already white or what?
Now it's white, but let me change to the background color to the actual page and we can have a look again.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty white. It's F8. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, I was just saying, actually talking to Robert so that he can change his background color. It's okay, it's nice, but I don't think it's necessary because tomorrow someone else will come with one with a green background and another with purple and another with blues, and we won't be asking all of them to revert to our color. So
yeah, I mean, maybe you could be right. So I mean, I guess that still has the effect of like of the hovering not working, but you can change that, can't you? Or no?
What are we talking about now?
I was just looking at what you were doing, like you're hovering over the local supports, and like then because it has the background color now, like it's the hover effect is only working on the title.
Yes, because we have a background. So if you set the background color on hover, we need to change the background color to this. Is that what we want?
I'm not sure. I mean, I thought it looked better when it was like when you hover over it, the whole thing the whole like listing card or whatever change color.
But then the wiki edu will look weird because of the pink.
Yeah, yeah. When you hover over it, yeah. You know, do you like that it changes color when you hover over it in the first instance, or like and if so, do you like that just the title is changing color, or?
No.
Because the other thing is that I'm thinking of is that the fact that it changes color makes me think that it's clickable. I mean,
yeah. That's right. That's right.
And also, that's what it is when you're on the members. It's the part that changes color. If you click on any of it, it actually is clickable. So maybe we need to make the part that you hover over clickable. So like,
sure.
And then we could leave it like maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
So I will do however you want to do it. So it's not or I don't know, maybe let's ask Sam again, or like so to have a to have a word on it, to what
I mean, I think it would be something that if knowing him, I think it would be something that he might say like let's merge it in to production, and then we can change that, because it's not something that's like it's kind of a matter of opinion, isn't it? And it's not something like what it was before, where you have the title in a different place than the other one because of the size of the image. Like that was something that's kind of like, ooh, all right, well, let's hold off on pushing it in until we get that fixed. But like, and I've already kind of said, like, my opinion is that it looks better when the entire card changes the background color versus just the title. But then that also brings up the fact that like really, which is maybe a separate issue, but really like the entire card should be clickable if we're changing the color on hover, or maybe we should just not have a hover effect,
Yes.
And then also, like, I mean, I could just say like, well, let's do it this way. But if one of us is going to make like a high level decision, I would prefer for it to be you that makes that, because you have actually studied design, and I just have opinions,
So we can blame us. So first thing, I think the speech color is terrible. So maybe
the reason if you go to the members page, one of the reasons why I had it a different color that was like, it was supposed to go with the two main colors we had. And then Sam didn't like any of those. So he was just like, why don't you make it the same color as on the members page? And I'm like, okay. So I did that. But then like, I think if we wanted to change that, maybe we could put in another ticket saying, hey, like this hover color is like, doesn't make any sense. Can we change it?
But for instance, like the members has the title in this yellowish thing. We have it in this thing, in this color.
Right. True.
So we should change this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, that if we're gonna leave it like with the peach, probably, yeah. That's and also, did you notice that like the whole thing is clickable on the members, or?
Yeah, it is.
Or I don't know if it's the whole thing. It's like there's like, it looks like there's something like some sort of like if you go far enough to the right, it's not clickable, but there's some.
Yeah.
There's a big part of it that's clickable.
Yeah. So So not the whole element.
So the media heading is like the same color as that's the, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like just looking at it, I think is the same color as that orange that we have in the logo, It's like E735.
So do you want to change this one to that as well?
E7335. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let's make that change. Let's make this step by step, and then we can.
Yeah, then we can see how it looks.
Yep. Project cars.
While he's doing this, Mike, do you have any opinions about the? I mean, you kind of already shared the opinion about talking to Robert, and I think that totally makes sense what you're saying. Like, we don't want to come across like we want to control what images people put there, or like, you know, that everyone needs to use a transparent image or anything like that. Do you have any other opinions about like the color of the hovering, or like whether it should change the color on the entire image and the title, or just the title? Or
yeah, I think just as you said, like the UV effect maybe should have like when we do hover, maybe it should be clickable on the places we hover on.
Yeah.
So if maybe it should change color when we hover, then it be clickable, or it doesn't change color and we just have it on the title. So if it's, I think it's all, either it's for all of it or it's only for the title. I think that's a better.
Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense.
So this is how it looks now.
Yeah.
The orange in comparison to what we had here, right?
Yeah.
On the members page. So now it looks like this. So it's now it's at least in harmony.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a good change.
So what we do now?
I mean, it sounds like maybe Mike and I are in agreement that if we could make it clickable, if that's not too difficult of a change, so that when the person clicks on it, it goes to the show page, that would be a good idea. And I'm just looking here on the user's index page and seeing like, is it the user's list that, like, where is it that has the logic that makes it clickable? Like, I guess like at some point it's a link, right? A link to, and then link to user path. Yeah, it's like here. So they've wrapped, like, I don't know if you can see it on my, or it's on 24, line 24 of, if you want to.
No, I check the stream.
So they have a line 24. They have this here, the small media heading, wrapped in a link to. So then you so then you can say link to project path, and then inside of it you can say project. I'm not sure what this tab activity, or if we need that. And then like a do block, and then inside of that, whatever we want. Like in this case, they have the. Oh well, wait a minute. Yeah, I think it's a small heading, but then the fire. So is that just the karma thing?
That's what? It's an icon.
Yeah, it's the karma. I think
karma. Okay, now I get it. The flame.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking.
But that's not the only thing that's clickable, is it? Like, if I'm here on the volunteers page. Okay, get rid of this. It's like, this is clickable. This is, maybe it is the only thing that's clickable. All right, so I misunderstood. It's like, this title is clickable. Yeah. This area here is not clickable. And then this area here is clickable just because of the karma.
Okay.
Right. And this image, but this image is clickable.
Yeah.
So like maybe we can make the image clickable, and then.
Okay, let's make the image clickable then.
Yeah.
So here we go in the image, and where does it go if it doesn't have an image? So even if it doesn't have an image, it goes to the same path, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. So link to project. Link to.
And then there you can just say, you don't even need to say anything, just link to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we have a do here.
Yep.
And we have an and here. I know you have some cool tools to do this manually, automatically, but.
Yeah, I showed you the link to. I don't have anymore, actually. I only have when I use Atom.
Oh, okay.
I've gotten using Atom, so I think your end on line 15 is at a different place than your on
strange
line 5.
Because you see here is if, else, and, fine. So this should be the do, and this should be the end of it. And oh, sorry. Now it's good.
Ah, yeah, nice.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I think that would definitely.
Oh, it's not working.
Opa.
Why? Yeah, let's have a look.
That's weird. Link to project path, project. Do.
No, link to needs to be sorry. Links to needs to be why the hell it's not correctly aligned? If
aligning, yeah.
And
auto.
Okay, maybe it's just a weird thing. Okay, and now, boom!
Yay! Woo!
Okay, so it's just I don't know. Beautify is getting crazy.
It doesn't like the ERB stuff, maybe.
Yeah, normally it works. I don't know. So
I always get confused whether or not you're supposed to indent, like when like it's easy when they're like HTML tags, but like I always get confused whether you should be indenting like when you from like on lines 5 and 6, for example. Is 6 supposed? Is line 5 supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
indented.
It's supposed to be, so it should be here. It should be. So that's in a sense better than what the actual beautifier is trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does. Anyways, so it's so now it's clickable. What's next? So now the title is clickable. Let's check just for the sake. Okay, so title is clickable, image is clickable, and now.
I wonder. I think Sam said something about having, instead of having left align, have center align on the title.
Just a moment, just to see the real image or picture.
Yeah. No. Better.
And then I have to go to the toilet, and then and then come back.
Yeah. Cool. Project card stats. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to... Nope. Fine.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, nice. I'm here as well.
Yeah.
So that's not what I want. So what is this here? This here is, no, I don't want the image. Items, yeah.
It is actually motivating me to love design.
I know, right? Me too.
I've never thought I would have this feeling.
I mean, yeah, I know, right? He does such cool things, like in, I don't know. It's like it's easy, but then I've spent so much time doing doing stuff. I do. I don't know what I can do.
Back.
Can wait till yeah. I was just thinking that What can I do? Oh, I can wait till Peter gets back and ask him.
So this is what we have now. What
Yep.
you said you want central line something.
Yeah, Sam was asking whether it wouldn't look better to like center align the title and the stats. I think you're a fan of.
No, you shouldn't center line it. It's maybe a. No, it's fine. I think it's fine.
I mean, I've kind of on my end. I went to the project card stats and I center aligned it, but then that looks okay if the title's center aligned. But then I haven't been able to work out exactly how to get these ones to. I think it's something like maybe using justify content center or something. Like that looks okay, right?
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
No.
I mean, I guess what is it like on? Is there? Because I mean, this is the other thing as well is that like if we are we're kind of doing things similar to where they are in the volunteers, but we're also doing things different as well. Because like in this case, we have like a small image on the left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if I should bring that up because then that's like maybe that's a drastic change from what we're doing right now. But like.
I think so. So let's keep the big images now and let's see. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like to try to have some consistency.
Okay. For sure.
Or maybe not. Maybe not putting it in the middle, but maybe like text align center, but maybe doing like a some padding or something on the left.
Yeah, that's maybe something we can do. So like adding a padding to the title a little bit, like the project title. Where are you? It's here.
It's like the project cart stats. No?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, bingo. I don't know. Then I have to reload it and we lose all the images. No.
Yeah, annoying.
Yeah, it should be like a seed or something.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that before. The CSS, you can't be pulling in like dynamic properties.
You see now there is a small like padding in between, maybe a bit more.
Is that when you make a change there though? That's like actually so that I guess that is working on everything that because the stats include that those icons and stuff as well, right?
These?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just that it wasn't working for text align center for me because you would need to. You can't. It's not like text. It's
yeah. That's a div.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think that looks better than it did.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, don't you?
Okay. No, it is. It looks better. But when we start with real images, right? So that's
yeah.
Are you with us, Mike? Maybe not. So it looks like this. I think it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this wiki looks weird.
With the hover. Yeah. I mean, maybe make the background color the same as the background color of the thing. The only thing is now they're clickable. Like I don't know, it's kind of. Then it's like, can we talk to to Rage, Sage, and ask him to make it not transparent.
No, it's up to them. They manage the project, right? So they manage for themselves. So if they want to make it look good.
I mean, or if they do care, then they can just upload.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, maybe I just leave it. We just leave it as it is, and then if they want to make it white, then they will upload the.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I would think about talking to them is because, like, you know, if you know, how long would it be until they notice it, and not knowing, like, you know, some people are like really pedantic like that, you know, and are, you know, but I mean, I think there's probably bigger fish to fry than that.
Probably.
You know, whether I mean, if they're really that pedantic about it, then they probably are, you know, maybe they're checking on a regular basis, or I mean, it would be nice. I think it would be nice to actually have something where, like, with the project managers, maybe especially, is like when we make a kind of a bigger change like this, where we're completely redesigning the project's index page, like they get some sort of a notification, like, you know, if for nothing else, to, like, you know, get people to revisit the site, you know.
Yeah. That's
and I mean,
like release notes.
Maybe it's, yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like a thing that's like they're not in the habit of using it because they're like, oh, the events page is horrible, and and they have like a bad experience with it, and then we've changed that, and they could potentially have a good experience with it, and it helped them, but then they just never know about it, so they, you know, or they find out about it months after it happens, whereas they could find out about it. You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll write that down somewhere.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah, future. Yeah. So did we just agree that maybe we'll leave the hovering how it is, and we'll put in another ticket to change the color schemes, or?
Yeah, I think that's a different thing, like to change, like, because a hover is also on the member space. So if you want to change, then it should be changed here as well. So that's a bit different than just on this page. Does
this even, the color that they're using, does it even go with that orange? Because, like, that's the thing, is maybe it's difficult to find like a color that goes nice with that orange color.
Or
not really.
No, not necessarily. No, it's maybe what. Let's have a look on the code. Where is this hover coming from, actually? Oh, okay, here. So,
I mean, like, I've done a color picker thing in the background, like from Adobe, and like put in that orange color, and it's like there's this like pink, and there's red, and but there's different things like you can do, like, right? You can do like complementar.
Sure.
And then there's this FFBC52. Is that the color they're using? No. FFEBE0. It's not a complementary color. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of like really dark ones that they. When I was looking at this before, like I found this site. I'll try to see if I can find it again so I can show you and see what you think. That's like.
Yeah, color system. Yeah.
That has like, but you can put in 2 different colors, and then it finds like.
Yeah.
Do you have a nice one that you use? Because.
We use this a lot of times.
Yeah, like this is the one, because that Adobe doesn't support putting in different colors, like, whereas this color calculator from Sessions College, you can put in, like, okay, so I put in the orange color, and then I can add more, and then in that I can add this blue color here. I don't know how they chose these colors in the first place, but anyways. Then, like, yeah. So then I choose a harmony, complementary, analogous, triadic, tetradic. So like, I don't know if I'm choosing one other color, I would say triadic, but then it's like, it gives me this like puke, like green color, you know?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's not the best match probably.
So I'm like, and then if you do analogous, it gives this like pink color. And then I don't know, I guess like this RYB mode. I guess there's RGB mode. I don't know
what
the difference is. There's like RYB and RGB. I don't know.
That's strange.
Yeah. And
like one other option we can make is like, I just want to show you. Is like if you want to remove that hover state differently, if it's reloading. Something maybe like, I don't know. Why we lost the border. We lost the border. There was a border around. Oh. So instead of using this orange color, we can imitate like the input field's border thingy. Like this.
That looks better.
You know?
In my opinion. That looks way better.
If you use it with the real images, that's what I'm looking at. Oops.
Yeah, right. I like that a lot better. Because I didn't even, you know, I mean, I'd be tempted to put in a ticket to get rid of that peach color or whatever color you want to call it from the other one, not to like imitate it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So we can do like this something.
Nice. Yeah, that looks way better. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, it looks good. Looks really nice.
So should we silently commit this?
I think so. I mean, why not?
Okay. So
I was just like, I don't know if you want to have a look at this first, like, but I think that looks good, you know. But like I was here playing at the color wheel, you know, and then I found a color that you might it's reloading that you might like.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you. I found the color by is it there? We go. What do you think about that?
Ooh, it's tough. It's tough.
Right. So like I'm here, you know, and I have these two colors here, and it says that it's like an analogous color, right? Then I don't know. Like, so then it has this like sliding thing here, right? So then if I grab this and I go up here, does that mean that this is also like a color? No,
because it's different hue.
Yeah. So like, so then how would I like? Because then I was like playing around with like using this color, but doing like a specific opacity.
I think maybe what you should have considered was the background, not actually the logo color, because I think the colors you're using to calculate the.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe it's more in touch with the background than the logo.
Yeah, all right. That makes sense to me. Like if I do that and then I get rid of this, remove that, and then I add this, and then I do. Oh, right. So maybe that's how they found the color that. Yeah, that's a good point, Mike. Nice. So then I put this here. I mean, it's still probably not going to be a nice color, but it'd be better than, because yeah, like if I'm putting these two ones, then it's going to be something really dark, right?
Yeah.
They're both dark colors. Yeah, it's better, right?
Yeah, it's better than the last.
I don't think it's better than than what Peter's doing, but it's better. There's like this blue one as well.
Oh, shit. How about this?
Yeah, that looks good. I like that. So you put like a border in between the tie. Yeah, I like that as well. And then like you can see that whole thing is clickable. And then if you go below that border, then you can see that just that's clickable.
Yeah.
Well, not just, because I think the
you see here now I cannot click, for instance, right? So I can click on the title, I can click on the image, but that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and what do you think about this light blue color that I've chosen?
Don't. I think it's fine, since everything on the page is doing, like, we have this orange, we have the white, we have the background, this light gray, we have the dark gray, and that's all. So
yeah,
we shouldn't go in between of colors. So it's just fine. It's use these. So if you can use white.
No, I mean, I think it's way better. You know, I'm just you know, having fun trying to choose different colors.
Sure. I just matched the border to the input field's color, like border, and then it's gonna look nicer a bit together. So what we can like sell to Sam is like it looks similar to the input field's color, and that's it. Like there's a harmony here.
Oh, so it does change color.
What changes color?
Is it just the border that changes color, or is the background changes color as well?
The background is going to white.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
Yep, because.
Cool.
Oh,
yeah, I think, I mean, the bigger thing is like, you know, selling Sam on redoing the members the members cards.
Yeah.
And I mean, now we have an example though of what we could do, you know, or we can, you know, if you're available, then we can.
Yeah. Yeah, now it looks nicer, I think.
Yeah, it looks great.
So you see now the border color here is the same, the border color here.
Yep. Yep. Nice.
That's so.
Yeah, I think this is consistent with the page, and it's really cool.
Can you give it a give it a shadow when you hover over it?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Like make it seem like it's like floating.
Yeah, because this is already popping out. So for the chat app, it was needed because of so the chat messages you want them to be popping, like that's something you want to. But in this case, I wouldn't maybe make like, because this is the like default state. Okay, and now this is okay. There's something happening.
No, it totally looks like it looks like it's popping out, even though it's not like, you know, has smoke, you know.
Yeah.
And stuff. You just by adding the border, and you know, like it already looks like it already has that effect, I think. Nice.
And I think on other parts of the page we don't really have this shadow anywhere, no? So like I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we have here, for instance, under the circle, but oh yeah, we have here. Oh, okay. Well, actually, we have some, it seems. Preview maybe. No. Events. I think on events we don't have.
Be careful when you go to events because it takes like 7 seconds to get there.
Okay. I mean,
that's maybe the top priority right now. Things that we need to work on website one is making the events page more performant, because it just it takes forever. Like actually, it doesn't take that long when you're in production and in development mode, but when you're in production, it takes literally like between 5 to 7 seconds, you know, which is horrible. But
terrible.
Yeah,
we can live with that.
We're trying to play around with like doing some caching, you know.
Oh yeah,
but
all right, so
cool. No, I'm really happy with that.
Okay, well, that's quite big actually. To change the background color of this part is a bit tricky, because then I have to change the colors of the icons, and that's not. Oh, wait a minute. Let's have a look. Tick, tick, tick. Icon. One more thing then. Oh, again, what was this color? Need to refresh again. What is the icon?
Can't believe the Lakers lost to Orlando last night, man.
Oh, yeah, those are.
They got like kind of blown out as well. It's like, I mean, Orlando's a better team this year, but come on. They just beat they beat Portland, you know. They're beating some good teams, you know. They beat Denver.
Yeah.
But then like, man, you're gonna lose to. And then Oklahoma City, like they started off the year with like 4 straight losses, and now they've only lost 1 since then. They're like 10-1 in their last. They're like 3rd in the West right now. It's like, come on. And even Houston is like tied with the Lakers at the moment, you know. Like they're ever since they got rid of Carmelo Anthony, they're kind of good, you know.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like the Clippers and Memphis Grizzlies are both like, you know, like Clippers are number 4 and Memphis Grizzlies are number 5, like in the West, and like Utah Jazz is out of the playoff picture.
Yeah. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Still can change, right?
Oh wow.
Oops. What's this? Oh, it's LI. Li.
I don't think I like the.
You don't like that background?
Yeah, the orange on top of the.
No, the orange I tried to change just now.
those are the logo colors, Mike. You don't like the logo colors?
Yeah, but this is a bigger page. Up there, it's white. It's white on that. It's white.
Yeah.
Not orange.
Which one you liked more when it wasn't this blue?
Yeah,
I think I did like it. The other one. I mean, I like your idea about like trying that, because it's like the one thing that we can't control is like whether the person's gonna like give a transparent image or they're gonna give a white image or that kind of stuff. And so we can't control like how the hover looks if we're trying to use the image to, So I like if what we can control is like that area in the bottom, But I don't know. I think it looked really good, like the way it was actually.
Okay.
What do you think, Mike?
We gotta go back then.
I mean, I guess like before you refresh the page, can you like take a screenshot of it?
Mm-hmm.
Because then like presumably you know how to get it back to that, and if Sam's like no I really like that, then
yeah, you can. So I take a screenshot, send it over to you, and then you can discuss.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, man.
Oh, I will disable this if I can. Oh, then I have to.
I think you have to refresh now.
Yes. And then I lost the. Oh.
I mean, I think the screenshot's okay like that. No, I mean, I can just say that it's not going to have. Yeah, I think it's okay. Like, oh, it's not going to have this Pinterest stuff, unless the person has Pinterest, and then and they have it enabled. Like,
sure, I send it here over to you.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, did you like it better with the blue background?
No, he says he didn't. You like it this way, right? Then.
I really like that.
Okay. That doesn't scream something. Like it's peaceful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a big transition, like it's like you can clearly see that it's it's changed when you hover over it, and then and also the cursor changes, which is nothing that we do. That's like browser related, and so I'm like it gets the point across that it's clickable, and now it's clickable. It's actually clickable, and now we're actually all of them. I mean, you can't really see from this, but like when you put in the other images, they're all the same size. Like so, I mean. I think it's great,
Okay. So what should we do then now?
I mean, we're in a position where we should do. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of getting towards the limit of the time that I'm allocated for the day. Like, just.
No, I mean, what should we do with this branch?
Oh, sorry. Push it up and put in a PR, I think.
Now I added everything. Perfect.
Well, so, I mean, that's kind of. I mean, you did everything on this ticket, but I think like there's definitely a lot of work that I did to get us like close to the finish line, and then you helped out with that other ticket, and that got merged in, and now this one was it ended up being a bigger ticket than what we thought it was going to be, but like, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that,
Do we need tests for this one?
What's that, Mike?
Do we need tests for this one?
No. We already have tests, like we already have some tests in place, but like the stuff that we did today, no, I don't think we need tests. No. I mean, you know, it's interesting, Peter. Like, I think, you know, hopefully we're able to like continue like grabbing tickets and working like on stuff that's CSS related and you know, that kind of stuff together. And maybe, you know, maybe in the future we can have Mike drive and he can, you know, you can kind of like walk him through how you do what you do. Like, obviously, you know, it takes longer doing it that way than having you do, but like, yeah, that way we can share around it a little bit. But I think for today, that was really good. You know, I think it's like Mike was commenting when you were gone, like it's really nice to watch you like do your thing, because at some point it's nice for us to have an opportunity to like do it and you know, all that kind of stuff. But like, there's definitely benefit in us watching you do your magic, you know. It's
not magic. Like join the stream on Fridays, and that's more magic.
I know. It's true. I do need to join the stream. What's up, Mike?
What stream on Fridays?
On Fridays on Twitch. Actually, it's in the calendar on Agile Ventures.
Every Friday, Peter does like a thing on Twitch.
Yep.
Where you can watch him actually do his thing, you know. I mean, I haven't actually watched yet, to be honest.
Oh, like, it's up there.
yeah. I need to. I was just having a look at like we have the Briar Chat stuff that we were doing. Like we had 1 week where we were doing that, like before the time started changing for everything, where we were meeting like every day, like Monday through Friday. And then now that the time's changed, now it's like right in the middle of when the RFM meeting and the factoring club is, and it's right in the middle when the Twitch stuff is. Yeah. So I need to go and like update that, but then it's like trying to find time when the other guys are available, that I'm available as well, and I don't know. It's difficult.
Yeah, that's sure. It's fine. So no, it's just for me. That's the time. So it's I can do it that time, or I cannot do any at all almost. So yeah, actually the videos are recorded all, so they are there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the good thing about. I mean, I guess it's nice to watch the stream because at some point there's like some interaction that's possible.
Yeah.
But then also as well, like, I mean, for me, like I do find it kind of difficult to get caught up on things like on videos and podcasts and stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's not an excuse, but like.
No, that's what I told to actually Sam as well. Like when he was asking, like, why am I not so what I was telling him that I cannot be part of the mobs because I'm working on the weekdays, so I cannot manage to watch any mobs live. And then I was telling him like, yeah, but he was telling me that, yeah, sure, but you can rewatch it. And but that's not the same. I can rewatch it, but then like that's completely another experience.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean,
that would be nice to watch. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had like a premium mob member who just downgraded, and I you know, I haven't talked to him since he downgraded. But like, even when he was like signing up, he was like, that was the biggest thing, is like when the mobs are happening is like not a good time for me at all, you know. And so it's like I'm gonna be paying for something that I'm not able to participate in, like ever. And like, I mean, you know, that's you know, maybe that's okay. You know, there's people, you know, that are donating to Agile Ventures that don't participate, and that's fine. But that is a different thing than if you're then like, you know, I'm paying for this and I'm getting something back from it, you know.
No, it's more of a learning. So certainly there are people who are just like charity wise giving help, right?
Yeah.
But like since you are here for learning, that's just such a missed opportunity. It's just so bad to, okay, I'm paying for that. Actually, I cannot watch it. It's just, I have a bad feeling not watching it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is also like there's different ways of contributing, you know, like So that's the thing, like, you know, some people are able to contribute financially, and like at some point, like, you know, I'm in a position right now where I'm contributing in the ways I'm contributing, you know, but like at some point, like, you know, I will need to have a good paying job, like as a developer, and then I fully plan on, like, you know, like giving monthly to, or whatever, a yearly thing to Agile Ventures, just because, you know, just as kind of a thank you, and also to give other people opportunity. Because like that's the thing, like you can, you know, like at some point, like, you know, having known what Agile Ventures has meant to me, like I'll be in a position where I can sponsor somebody else to be able to take part in that, or, you know, or whatever.
Sure,
you know?
Sure. No, that's absolutely good. Absolutely good. All right, so let's make the commit. It's how do you? What's the message usually, or this is fine?
I think it's fine. Like the one thing I would say, like, that's maybe not a big deal, but they say that it's better to use like imperative format, imperative language, imperative sentence.
How would you?
So that would be like, instead of changed, it would be change.
Oh, okay.
I guess if you're giving instructions on someone how to do it, you know.
Okay, get it.
And then, like, you know, then that's probably fine, you know. I mean, you could like then there's like the whole idea of like in the body you can like go saying like the reasons for why you made the change, because like the changes that you made, they, you know, the person can kind of see themselves, but like in the code, but the reasons for why maybe they can't see. But in this case, I think with like UX design or like or that kind of thing, I think maybe it's not as important. Like maybe you know, the person will probably like look at it and be able to like see for themselves why you made the changes, you know.
Okay, so I can now commit this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I push it up to develop, right?
Yeah, then you push it up to, you know, that branch on origin. So git push origin, and then 262815, whatever.
Oh. Okay, anyways. It's gonna autocomplete, I hope.
Yes.
Yes. Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I keep saying this to Matt. I just do git push origin head.
Yeah, that's true. You do keep doing that.
Yeah, I don't need to remember the name of the branch or
yeah, that's a good trick, Mike. Yeah.
That's true. And then you can see there, like, it has a link that you can click on, like create a pull request. If you click on that, then it'll actually automatically, I think you need to control click on it or copy in.
I just copy.
And then I guess like that fixes part is important. That's why it's kind of like hard coded in there.
And so what do you usually put in here? Oops.
Just the 2815.
Like this?
No, that's like for some reason 2857. I don't know why. Where that comes. It's like the same as the I think it's 2815. It's the same as the issue number.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. And then and then like, I don't know. I mean, it screenshots if appropriate. I guess, you know, in this case, it probably would be appropriate if you wanted to take a quick screenshot.
Yep. Like this, for instance.
Yep, that would be fine. I mean, yeah, I suppose like I probably should have said that when you had the other images in there, but I don't think it matters. We're gonna
we can do this. No worries. Like changing the images is actually quite fast. So
yeah, especially for you.
No, but we have already the link from Imgur.
Yeah, it's ready.
Imgur.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Imgur.
I have no idea. Okay, so like this.
Yeah, I think it's better because I mean it's better because like actually the ticket was about like making the height, the width and height to be like equal and not necessarily the hovering. Like we worked on a couple different things to do with but we fixed what we were supposed to fix and
I know a trick how to have image here, but maybe you do it differently than I do. So Let me show you the trick I know.
Yes, nice.
So you open a title and you just pull it in from. Then it's generating this link.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can do that on the actual.
Yeah, the actual ticket. You're right.
Yeah. What I normally do is just click on that selecting them link that you have there in the bottom. But like, you know, on the bottom of it's like attach files by dragging and dropping them.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look preview. Oh, okay. Like this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, screenshot, sorry. It's a bit lower.
Yeah. It's interesting that it I hadn't realized that it only shows the does it? I don't know. Anyways.
What? Sorry?
I was gonna say it looks like it only shows the headers for like issue address screenshots if you put some content, but if you don't put any content, it doesn't. But then the testing, like, it's there even though there's no content. So I think
that's correct.
I think it's not the case. But like, yeah, I don't even know how you would, like, most of the, like, going back to like Mike's question earlier, most of the tests, like views testing, we don't really do in Rails, really.
Yeah, that's a different, like, there are some tools to do this, like a visual regression test, but that's a completely other word. That's
yeah.
That's fine. So I can create a pull request now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yay!
It's done. Nice.
We done it, guys.
Yay! Awesome.
Yeah.
Even Lida's happy.
Yeah. Celebrating also.
Yeah. Woohoo! I mean, I feel like, I wouldn't say bad is the right word, but I feel yeah, it's a little unfortunate we didn't get a chance to get to the coursework. I mean, I don't think it's, you know, like Dan will be back, I think, next week, and we'll get back into that stuff. And I guess, like, also, Mike, like, if you want to carry on working on stuff, like, and have questions, we can help you in like a asynchronous way as well. So it's up to you. And I know, like, Mike has, I don't know, Peter, you probably don't, I don't even know if you're on the channels or have been paying attention or not, but Mike's been doing stuff on Website One, like, yesterday and today, and so it's not like he's not doing anything. But
no, I know. So you are super active during the week. I'm really jealous, actually. So I'm watching you guys doing all this kind of stuff. Every channel is like booming, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like going back to that whole, like, when I actually, I mean, maybe it'll just work out and we'll get funding, and I'll be able to be a high paid developer with Agile Ventures. But assuming that doesn't happen, then I'm curious to see how that's going to go, because it's like, you have this, like, you have a full-time job, but then you need to, like, be spending the time, your personal time, to, like, be learning new things and different things, but then there's always, like, the whole idea of having, like, a work and a work-life balance as well, that makes it kind of, like, contradict, like, learn, because a full-time job is already a lot, and a lot of people, a lot of developers, they work more than 40 hours a week, like, full-time doesn't mean 40 hours you're out the door,
It depends, honestly. So it depends on the company. Probably should. I really think it depends on the company culture. So not necessarily everyone should work like 50, and so it's not really. I think it's not cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strange. Yeah, obviously not in the valley though. Forget that in the valley.
The valley.
Yeah, like the Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, if you live there, you work like crazy,
It's a different culture. You are ashamed of yourself if you're not working. Like, it's a different. It's terrible, I think.
I was thinking of I was thinking of trying to live in San Diego, you know, or actually, I really want to live in Hawaii, but like if I live in a place that's like that has a little bit of that, you know, because like if you work remotely, like why not live in Hawaii?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, or, you know, there's people, there are people that are afraid of like the volcanoes and stuff. But like I'm saying, like if you're gonna live in the United States, like that's the premise. Like there are lots of other countries. Like I haven't lived in the United States for 10 years for a reason, you know. But like you know, I have my wife and green cards and you know visiting family and that kind of thing. It's like okay, we're gonna live in the United States at least part time. So if we're gonna live in the United States, like where would I want to like if you know because I can kind of choose wherever I want to live, you know, like more or less, you know. And then it's like California's so expensive, you know.
Yeah, but that's also beautiful.
California's cool, but it's so expensive, and I've lived there like almost my whole life, you know. And then it's like, where are the other options? I mean, like you can. I mean, there's lots of other cool cities, but they're like, I like good weather and I like beach culture as well. So, I mean, I guess there's Florida, but like, you know,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. How about those countries on the east? You know, like Costa Rica and you. I know it's not U.S., right? So, but still.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, but the thing is that we need to for her to keep her green card, she has to live in the United States for 6 months a year.
Okay.
So that's like for the for 10 years or whatever. I think like until she can like I'm not exactly sure how that works. And like maybe, but yeah, like she has to live there for 6 months a year. So then it'd be like, yeah, I mean, after the other 6 months of the year, it would be nice to be able to visit family and to come here and visit Floripa and to spend time, you know, like kind of go from.
You're gonna do this split, like 6 months there, 6 months in Floripa, possibly at some point.
No, I don't think that because we want to visit family, you know, and then it'll be like, you know, we'll probably be around like a month or two there, and we'll be traveling. I don't know. I mean, maybe in the future, like the idea is would be, but also as well as like just because I work remotely doesn't mean that my wife is just going to be able to pick up and leave and go wherever she wants, you know. So
she can do development too.
I mean, that's I'm trying to get her on that, you know, but or, I mean, not even necessarily development, but just like something.
Yeah.
And like you know, there are some things that there are things that Agile Ventures that she's you know trying to make time to help out with and stuff, you know. So who knows? But like I mean, that's the idea is that if she could work remotely as well, then it would be perfect. But if she can't, then it's like maybe she needs to work seasonally, or maybe we're just not going to travel as much as I would like. But I mean, like I guess like she wouldn't. If you're making a good like as a senior developer, you make enough money where you can provide for more than one person. But at the same time, like it's nice for people to have their own careers and their own independence and their own.
Sure, 100% agree.
I don't know. Anyways, sure. like let's say, but like Hawaii would be a cool place. I mean, there's not as much that culture about like. There's not as much the development culture, but maybe that's not a bad thing. Like you're saying, like,
Actually, I think Hawaii, I don't know. In Europe, it's a bit different, It's because it's in here, developers are all over the place, really. So if you go to like Fuerteventura, which is a part of Spain right? So in the islands, that's like that's one of the developers' heaven, So they moved out and they it's different. Or Ibiza, this is the other thing. So there are many developers in Ibiza because they're waiting for the season to come. Or so it's obviously smaller scale, right? So the continent is smaller.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's easier to move.
I mean, I would prefer to live in Europe, to be honest with you, but like the point is like we were kind of in a place where like to actually be able to like introduce my wife to my family, we kind of have to get a green card, like that's the option they've given us. Like they don't believe that we're going to go to the United States just to visit. They're like, no, you're going to come here, say you want to visit, and you're just going to stay. So you need to prove to us that you're actually married. You need to prove to us that you have the money to take care of her to live here and all these kind of things. And it's like, but then having proved all that, like maybe, I mean, I need to do some more research on what it is. Like if like the first year we're there for 3 months and then we're 8 months, 9 months somewhere else, does she automatically lose her green card, or is it something like she could lose her green card if you don't respect these rules? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and anyways, like,
yeah, I get it. I don't know how strict is the administration on this kind of stuff, honestly.
Yeah,
I can imagine in the current situation it's really strict. Honestly. So it wasn't like this before, but by now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, we've been in the process. Like, we hired a lawyer more than a year ago, and we're still waiting. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's with a lawyer. You would think that things would be mediated with it, but that's the thing is, like, I'm not even sure if the lawyer was really on top of it. Like, they actually, like, they sent in the documentation with my name wrong. Like, they, instead of like Matthew William, they're like William M. Ryder, and I'm like, do you think it's a problem that you misspelled my, like you put my name wrong? And they're like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, well, at least like to show me your competence is not.
Okay.
Don't worry, Matt. I hate my country too. Everyone hates their country.
Yeah. I mean, is there specific reasons why you hate your country, Mike?
Every reason. Like,
oh, come on.
Come on, that's not very specific.
Like I pay freaking taxes, and today, just before the call, I had a blackout, and I was worried, like, when is Pa gonna come back? And like, I have it every day, like,
yeah,
like it just they just yeah, it's a lot of reasons. So don't worry.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is something. It's like, I mean, and I think that it's probably a good thing, like, depending on how you deal with it, I guess, like, the not liking things about the country and wanting to make things better, and those are positive things, like, and if we look at history, like, if it weren't for people like not wanting to change things and to better things, then we wouldn't, like, we take for granted, like, nowadays we're like talking about like 8 hours a day, working 8 hours a day is enough, and no one should be working more than that. And like, there was a time where like people were like working 16 hours a day and like they didn't even have enough money to buy bread, and it's like, and they fought and died and to change things. And now it's like, we have this thing that's like 8 hours, and 8 hours is, I think it's too much, like, because especially if you need to leave to go to your job, like, it's not 8 hours, it's like 10 hours a day. And then it's like, what do you have energy for after you work a 10-hour day, really? So I don't know. I'd be a fan of doing like 5 hours a day, something like that.
Yeah, I think it depends on the business, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I say that, and then I like volunteer to work like 10 or 12 hours a day. So like maybe I'm lying, but I feel like I would be really good with it.
True.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Cool. Good to see you guys. You're gonna watch some of the games tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I do because today it's in human time for me.
Yeah, I mean the game's starting in an hour. Memphis.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna watch. That's what I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
I wanna see D Rose.
You want to see who?
D Rose.
Ah, yeah. Well, he's been playing good, actually. I mean,
I don't know. So yeah, he scored at 50, but since then I'm watching the highlights, and this guy moves so slow on the court. I'm wondering, like, when someone is gonna take the courage, like, to block him away out of the court, like, So when you, like, because he's taking the shot so slow that I'm wondering, like, what are these guys are doing around him? That this guy is super slow. It's like slow-mo. I think they just respect him so much.
He can make 3 pointers now, though.
Yeah, I think it's just respect to him. No, really. Like, I think it's like they try to, like, they defend him, but it's not the same as any other player, really. I think everyone is just so happy that this guy is alive. No, it's really like I'm always watching this, like, how the hell he cannot block that, you know? Like previously it was like a chase down block, you know, he was flying 3 meters high, but now he cannot fucking just block it and like this, you know? I don't know. So I don't know.
So I guess like the game coming on in 3.5 hours is too late for you.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah, but the Heat, yeah, I would love to see against the Heat, the Lakers, but nah, that's a bit too much.
I mean, I guess like I was saying, I was mad that they lost last night because they played Orlando, which is like 7 and 8, and you know I feel like we're better than that team, and they're playing against the East. They need to win every team they play in the East. But then actually looking at Miami's record, they have a worse record than Orlando did and does.
Yeah,
so
no, Orlando is the worst team, actually, one of the worst teams in the NBA. So I'm even like, it's truly a magic that they are there. So
yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like, yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, I don't think I'm going to watch the Memphis Minnesota game. I think
I'm interested in Memphis to see how they